I trusted Jordan, and he fucking violated that. Yesterday, Jordan released this statement with regards to the accusations that have been made against him. I am here to say that I am essentially victim A. I'm the person who came forward first. In this statement, which is really not taking accountability, he says, and while my recollection of the accusations are limited, I believe and take responsibility for them. So now let me tell you my recollection, because it's pretty fucking vivid. Friday, January 16th, we were all out in Chicago. We had all had some drinks. We convened at this bar at the end of the night, and at the back of the bar, Jordan and his friend sitting in a booth behind a table. I come back there. Jordan's like, come on. And they make room. And I remember getting a vibe. I could tell Jordan was super drunk. Like my spidey senses, and I saw the space. I go, my ass isn't going to fit there. Like I was trying to like be just like, I'm just going to stand. But they were like, no, come on. So I against my better judgment, sat down. It's important to note I had this big winter coat and it was in my lap. That will be important in a minute. So we're sitting there. Jordan and I get talking immediately about Minnesota. I think his hand was like this at one point, and we were talking, and it was like familiar. We've been friends for a long time. I thought I could trust him. I didn't think anything of it. I see, according to this, when he broke it down for somebody else, he asked his friend what had happened, and it was like he was just flirty. I could see that. I could see how that was the point of view from them. His hand was on my thigh, and it did kind of move north, and I did, push it up, but I was not, he was drunk, and we were just talking. I did not think he would cross the line. My friend Ross comes over, he hands me a little toy car. Now, I'm such a nerd. I thought this little car was so cute, and I am sorry I forgot it, Ross. I think you'll understand why in a minute. So I'm sitting there playing with it. My hands are occupied. I have a coat in my lap, and under my coat, I feel Jordan shove his hand in my pants. Now, I stopped it before it got to the desired location, I imagine, but I fawned. I didn't know what to do. I was like, Jordan, no, we're not doing that. And I just remember him being like, yeah, we're not doing that. I didn't know what to do because I was so fucking caught off guard. But they wouldn't have seen it because I had this fucking coat here. Do you not think I wish I'd have made a goddamn scene? I wish I would have fought. I wish I would have said something. I wish I would have not had a coat in my lap so they would have seen what he did. Absolutely. But I didn't. And so I saw an opportunity to get up when people were going to karaoke. I saw him go over and start kind of like dancing and not paying attention. And I saw my friend Maggie, Mermaid Maggie, I love you. I said, do you want to get out of here? And she said, yeah. So we bounced. And I'm glad I did, because as we were leaving to hit that Uber, I remember the sensation of like, I don't want him with us because I don't trust him. And I was like looking over my shoulder, hoping he wouldn't see us leaving. That says so much. I was processing what had happened in real fucking time, and I was scared of him seeing us leave. That says so fucking much. So we left and we got to the hotel, and I was right, because you know what he did? He called me and wanted my room number. And I said, Jordan, I am not giving you my room number. And he repeatedly was asking me no less than fucking 10 times, saying things like, oh, I just want to come hang out. It'll be fine. And I'm like, that we both know that's not true. Go to bed. You'll thank me in the morning. Go to bed. I said no at least 10 times. He disregarded consent at least 10 times. I finally said, Jordan, you're drunk. Go to bed. Good night. And I hung up. I woke up in the morning to find that he had tried to call me, and he had said, oh, I can't get into my room. Bullshit. Go to the front desk. But like I was going to let him in mine. Now, I wasn't feeling 100%, I never drink. So like any leaves me with like a migraine and ickiness. So my friend Matt, USMC in Grady, who's like my brother and one of my best friends, stopped by with some Sprite and some popcorn. And I said, something happened with Jordan last night, and I need to tell you. And I said, we were at the bar. His hand was on my thigh. It escalated. I left. We got back, and then he called and would not accept no for an answer. I didn't let him in my room, but he tried over and over and over. And Matt didn't know what had exactly happened, but he knew that was a violation even in and of itself. I expected Jordan to talk to me Saturday. I thought he'd ask me what happened. I thought he would talk to me about what he did, but he didn't. Didn't talk to me Sunday, didn't talk to me Monday, didn't talk to me Tuesday, until I had had enough of the silence, and I texted him and said, dude, this is what you did. And again, even in that, I said, it was a little flirty, and then it escalated and I bounced. I wasn't ready to admit what he had done, but I was stressing like, you didn't accept consent when I said no about the room. So he calls me, and I replay the whole thing. And again, I say, we were at the bar. You had your hand on my thigh. It escalated, and I left. Do you think he asked me what he did? No. Nope. Didn't ask me what the escalation was. Now imagine if that were me and somebody said to me, you were drunk, it escalated, I left. Like, whatever it was bad enough that person just fucking bounced. I would have been like, what did I do? He didn't ask. And I think that's when I finally had enough pretending that that's all it was. In fact, he was more worried about who I had told. He said it wasn't my fault and that he accepted responsibility, but also he was drunk and didn't remember things. But also, hey, who did you tell? So I called Matt after. And I said, Matt, I said, did I tell you what the escalation was? Because I just kept calling it an escalation for 4 days. Because I didn't want to admit what my friend had done. God damn it, I didn't want to cry on the internet. And he said, no, I figured you'd tell me when you were ready. I said, he put his hand in my pants and he got fucking mad. He's like, Mandy, that is sexual assault. And I said, I know. I said, I stopped it and I left and I did everything I could. I did everything right. But yeah, I know. And I said, should I call Jordan and tell him? Because he claims he doesn't remember. He's like, it's up to you. But yeah. And I called Jordan. I said, Jordan, you know, I said there was an escalation. And I asked you, do you remember what happened? Because you didn't ask me. Didn't ask me what the escalation was. Do you remember? He's like, no. I said, you put your hand in my pants, Jordan. That's what you did. He didn't really have much to say. Again, he kept just saying, I'm so sorry. I don't remember, but I take responsibility. I said, I don't know what to do with this. I have to go. And I let him go. And as people in the Chicago group found out what had happened, other people came forward. I will not speak on their behalf. Their stories are never going to be mine to tell. But they came forward for me to corroborate my experience so that I knew I wasn't alone. I was the one who had someone, it was only me that I'm aware of that he tried to put his hand down their pants. I've seen some videos of people saying all 4 women. No, that happened to me. There were varying things that happened to other women that were deeply inappropriate or crossed a line, but that was what he did to me, his friend. Which brings us to today. I saw this video from this woman who is super fucking self-righteous and trying to defend Jordan by saying, well, he's been in the trenches. It is giving grab him by the pussy. I'm rich and I can do this. What the fuck are you talking about? She said,
the guy was in the trenches in Minneapolis. Have you been there?
And to that I say, yes, I have. I have been in the fucking trenches, ma'am. I have been fighting this, as has every woman that was involved. And it wouldn't matter if we were or we weren't. You don't get to give a pass for sexual assault to somebody just because they're doing one thing good. I came forward because we as creators have incredible access to people, many who are vulnerable. They look up to us. They trust us. And I didn't want anyone else to experience this, because also at a lot of these things there's alcohol. And it's clear, Jordan, that you have a problem. And I hope you get help. I really fucking do. Because I have been absolutely destroyed by this. She also asked this.
Jolly Ginger, where are you guys at? I want to get some support for this man.
And I hope it's okay that I answer, but Jolly was on the phone checking on me. The amount of people who have checked on me. Because Jolly understood that what happened to me was never okay. And it wasn't my fault. So you want to know where Jolly is? Why he's not on here defending someone? It's because he was checking on me. I never wanted this. I'm getting nothing from this. I'm not even monetized on this account. So before you're all like, it's over a minute, she's making me, no, the fuck I'm not. I never wanted this. This doesn't benefit me. And lying? I have no reason to lie. There's nothing I'm gaining. I have lost so much. Now, as far as my friendship with Jordan, that's done. I've removed any videos of us, any content that we have made together, because honestly, it's really fucking traumatizing to see. I don't want those memories. I thought I knew Jordan. I didn't do this to hurt him. I didn't do this to cancel him. I did this because women could be harmed based on the patterns of behaviors we saw. And I did this because I knew what he did to me. I don't want there to be someone else who gives him their room number. Jordan needs help. And based on his statement, he says he's going to get it. I'm not pressing charges at this time. I'm not ruling out anything. And if he gets help, great. And if he doesn't, there are things on the table. So I really hope he does. But he will never be my friend. And that is on him. That was a decision he made. You say you don't remember what happened, Jordan. The problem is, I'm never going to forget.